So it is Saturday, May 21st. In the last couple of days, I couldn't get that date out of my head. I kept thinking I had to be somewhere today, or someone was coming over, or there was some sort of significance to that date. And then it just dawned on me a little bit ago. I left my real job 1 year ago today. And when they say time flies when you're having fun, they're not kidding. So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It is a hot one here today in Pennsylvania. It's about 90 degrees, it's pretty humid, although it's a pretty decent day to move some dirt. And we're also gonna find out which is faster loading old Blueford, the excavator or the skid loader. Now either one of these machines will load this dump truck pretty quick. On the right, we have a Kubota KX57-4 excavator with a 30-inch bucket on it, which I think that's about the right size bucket for loading bulk dirt. It would handle one just a little bit bigger, but if you reach out too far with a bigger bucket, it will get a little bit tipsy. I think 30-inch is a pretty good size for that machine. On the left, we have a SVL 97-2 skid loader. That's what I have used to load this truck. I have not used the excavator. I've had a lot of people in the comments tell me the excavator would be faster. I disagree. I think the skid loader will load that truck almost twice as fast as the excavator. Now, even though the skid loader is about double the horsepower of the excavator, I still think it's a pretty apples to apples kind of test because they're both about 13,000 pounds and they both cost about the same new. Now, before we get started with this test, I have to share a funny story with you. It happened just about an hour ago. So the hunt man and I, we went out for just a little bit and we went to this hoagie shop and we picked up lunch for everyone. And while we were there, I was walking to my truck like I am right now. And right behind my truck comes a guy in a big Harley Davidson motorcycle. I mean, it was a big bike. And he comes over here and he kind of loops around and he parks his bike. Well, right behind him comes his wife. And I think her bike was even bigger than his was. And she just stopped right there. I mean, right behind my truck. And I didn't pay much attention to her. I just figured she was waiting for her husband to get parked. So I walk over here to the back door. Now, keep in mind, she's right there. I mean, right there on her motorcycle. I open the back door of my truck. I'm gonna put the food in the truck and I hear her yelling, "Oh no!" And I quickly realized she was falling over into the back of my truck. Now my cat-like reflexes sprung into action. I threw the food in the back of the truck and I run over here, and by this time her handlebar's right here. She's got one hand on the side of the truck and a leg kind of sticking out, I think, on the bumper or under the bumper, and this big bike's coming over. So I grabbed the handlebars and I helped her push it back over, get it straight, and she just started laughing hysterically. Her husband wasn't laughing, he was just shaking his head. And she got off the bike, we put the kickstand down and all that, and she let him park the motorcycle. But anyway, that was pretty crazy. She didn't hit the truck at all, and really no big deal, but I was glad I was there, or she would have probably been like pinned up against my bumper or something. I don't know what would have happened. All right, I got things set up in the most productive way that I know. I've got the excavator sitting up on the cut. I've got the truck parked close to it, cab facing that way so I don't have to worry about swinging over the cab. And at most, I'll have to swing just a little bit over a quarter turn. So that's a pretty good way to set up an excavator, in my opinion. right, now we'll load with the skid loader. I've got the truck set up fairly well for the skid loader. Not perfect, but it's really not going to matter, I don't think. right, so the results are in. It's pretty obvious the skid loader was a lot faster, but it worked out to 16 buckets with the excavator, and it took 3 minutes 48 seconds. 6 buckets with the skid loader, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I wasn't extremely smooth with the excavator. What happened there was where I was sitting right there, it was leaning just a little bit towards the truck, and that stuff I was loading out was real wet and heavy, lots of clay in it, and I was just a little bit wonky, but still I was able to load it pretty quick. But yeah, I think that was a pretty fair test between the two. So Melissa's in the grandstands there.
That's right.
There's some little chairs over there. The other day, grandson Ty was up here, and
Lined them up.
Melissa was sitting on the grass with him watching me, and he went and got all the chairs, and
It was super cute.
that's the viewing area.
Yeah, he knows to stay right here, not to go too far. And Hunter knows too, so Archie wasn't sure. I like your new, you driving this back and forth because it has AC.
Yeah, no, you know what? This GoPro camera heated up, like it's
Oh, you did say
83
that.
degrees right now. The sun's not even out. It's overcast,
Yeah,
and it heated up again on me.
yeah. Eva brought some cookies home, and they were in, she had to stop and get some milk, and they were in the Jeep, and they, like the icing on the one melted just from being so warm today.
Well, you want to mention your hats, Melissa, and
Yeah.
then we will wrap this video up.
Yeah, we have 7 different hats to choose from. You can go to outdoorswiththemorgans.com and click on the shop, and you'll see all the hats and shirts we have. I think you'll be impressed, so check them out.
I'll put a link in the description, and I'll pin a comment as well. There's also
appreciate it.
shirts as well. The hats
Shirts
are just
and
new.
hoodies, so check them out. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you on the next one.